AMR is a slow tsunami that threatens to undo a century of medical progress.
We know more than 700,000 people die across the world because of resistance to the treatments they're given, including probably around 60,000 newborn babies in India every year dying of sepsis that isn't untreatable. So clearly, this cost to people's happiness, to the health system, is immense.
Looking beyond COVID-19, antimicrobial resistance comes as the next challenge and a growing threat to public health. Regrettably, all efforts in the past were not enough to fill an enormous investment gap and to deliver novel treatment options against priority pathogens.
It is quite remarkable that 23 companies have come together. The intention is really to respond to public health needs. And the response is a fund which does provide a lifeline, which does provide funding for clinical research, where up to now there was no funding available for biotech companies, for startup companies, for SMEs. And we did reach critical mass. We're almost at $1 billion just from the pharma companies. We certainly expect that we will pass that threshold. And with that, we are optimistic that with our scientific know-how, with the expertise, with the biotech companies, we should be able, by the end of the decade, by 2030, to bring 2 to 4 novel antibiotics.
And the pharmaceutical industry is, after all, in a unique position to step up and make a difference. And that's what they're doing. And I'm proud to be a partner and see this happen.
We understand very well how products are being researched, how they're being developed, clinically being developed, and then registered and brought to the market. So that's one of the assets that we believe can contribute to this fund. Money is generic. Money can come from anywhere. Now we, as an investor in this fund, we understand the risk profile of the industry, and we know what young companies, startup companies need. And we want them to focus on research and give them the necessary support and the experience that we have for such a long time.
The fund is definitely a wonderful opportunity for Beam Alliance members. I understand that the AMR fund support would provide as well clinical development, regulatory, market positioning advices, which are great for biotechs. You never have enough advice in this highly complex world of drug development, especially on innovative approach to optimize your chances of success. And finally, the midterm and long-term exit strategies for biotechs are absolutely key. That means the support of the collaborative platform with industry to restore viable business models for AMR innovation.
AMR is also caused due to a market failure in investing in research and developing of new antibiotics. AMR therefore represents a commercial dilemma for the private sector, as the development of new drugs is very cost intensive and the new drug would need to be used as little as possible, hence not bringing profit.
We currently struggle to find investors to support late-stage development costs. We must ensure that promising products have a more dependable path from early-stage discovery to the patients who need them in all parts of the world.
We equip now those that have the ideas and are willing to create those companies. We have the funding to support them in doing so.
You're not supposed to sell many of these products. You're certainly not supposed to use many either. So you really need to think about a new business model that can still sustain the research, development, manufacturing, and then placing on the market of these products. The fund is a bridging, and that's very good. But ultimately, we're looking for a sustainable ecosystem that will not require that and that can allow the development of the right antibiotics to meet the challenges of AMR.
We need to have also a very fundamental economic research to help to define the right tools and the right incentives to be able to be accurate to tackle this issue.
I think we also need regulatory reform. Regulatory standards have been defined for the period of, let's say, the 1980s or 1990s, and we need to have as much progress in the antimicrobial regulatory field as we had in cancer.
We made this decision to create the fund because we wouldn't wait for others to make decisions. This is this group coming together of the leading pharmaceutical companies of the world, together with the Wellcome Trust, together with WHO, together with the European Investment Bank, saying we need to take action now. So we hope that this impulse that we're giving will also trigger others to follow suit.
So we really see now what difference we can make if worldwide we put all forces together and we all put into it not just money and resources, but science and the political will actually to make things happen.
No one sector can tackle this challenge alone, which is why I welcome the collaboration with the pharmaceutical industry, development banks, and philanthropic organizations. WHO looks forward to working with the AMR Action Fund and all stakeholders to accelerate research and development to address this public health crisis. Finally, whether it's COVID-19 or AMR, the best shot we have is to work together in global solidarity.
Antibiotics R&D faces significant market and development challenges.
New models are required, and the AMR Action Fund is a great example of that.
Let's learn a lesson from COVID-19 and be better prepared for global health challenges.
Our hope is with this $1 billion fund, we can catalyze new innovation and public-private partnerships.
We look forward to collaboration with researchers, institutions, and philanthropic organizations